Hi guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to show you how to create a really nice Ableton template and also a really easy one to improve your workflow and also to use it for Ableton Livesets. So let's just get started. I have one MIDI channel here and nothing else yet. And what you can do is you can just take a drum rack and just drag and drop it on the MIDI channel. And then what you're basically going to do is just take your, let's say, favorite clap sounds, just drag and drop them in here. So you have all of your favorite sounds now here. So I would really recommend you take like 1 or 2 hours and just collect your favorite sounds. And then you're just going to name it clap. And you will do the same for, let's say, a kick and just take your favorite kicks and so on and so forth. So it would be the same way to do it for every sound, for every sample. And then what you can also do is you can create instrument chain, which is a really nice way of having, let's say, multiple bass instruments inside of one MIDI channel. So on the third channel, you just want to add an instrument rack. And now you are going to take any of the sounds or the synthesizers which you like. So let's say this bass, and then you are going to click on this button here. And it will open all the different kind of synthesizers you have in your instrument rack. So you can just pick any other sounds or synthesizers you like. So let's take this bass and this one and maybe even this one. And now by clicking on chain, you see this new window popped up. And what you can do is by dragging these blue rectangles here and positioning them, you can basically tell your instrument rack at which domain your particular bass sounds is going to sit. So by using this toggle button at the top, which is this blue line, you can just right click on it and map it to macro 1, let's say, and this one you can map to your MIDI controller. So it's a really nice way to switch between bass lines, and you can also, when you plan to make a live set and let's say you have a kick, a clap and just one bass line, and it's going to be, I don't know, track 1, and then you're going to have track 2 here, then you can just create any kind of bass line. Let's say this is your bass line, so I don't have my audio engine turned on, but it's not necessary to explain it. And you can just switch to automation here and pick the chain selector. So if you are at 0 right now, the song is going to use this basic trigger bass. And if you go to this one, so let's just turn it on. But if you are at song 2, let's say, then you can just move on to 22. And 22 is going to be already at the domain where this complex bass line is sitting. So it's a really nice way to switch between your bass lines or bass sounds inside of one template. So you don't have to change your whole project. And it's amazing to make live sets this way. So I can highly recommend you to do so. And one more thing for all the people who really plan to use their MIDI controllers and also their faders maybe for the volume knob, so that you don't just pull it up or down with your mouse. You maybe noticed that when you, let's say, make a drop and you just play it live with your faders, you know, so you took out the kick and maybe even the clap and the heads, and then at the one you want to have everything back. Then if you pull them up, it's going to be all over the top, because maybe you have it at 0 or you have it here or even lower. So what you can do is you can just simply take the utility audio effect and at whatever value you are. So let's say you are right now at -22, you can see it in the corner here. So you are at the -22 and you are happy with how loud it is. So then you have to think about the fact that when you pull up the fader, it's going to be here. So you have to compensate by those 22 dBs, like -22 dBs, but also the +6 here. So at the end, if you want to have it here, because your fader go up there on your MIDI controller, then you just type in a -28 and you can pull it up and it's going to have the same volume. So I can really recommend you to do that if you plan to have live sets, because when you make a drop, it's just way faster than having to pay attention to where the faders go back. So that's all I wanted to show you today, and I hope you liked the video. If so, then subscribe, like, comment, and have a nice day. Goodbye.